40 hours. That's how long it took Linda to hand quilt a baby blanket for her Etsy shop last year. 40 hours of cutting, piecing, quilting, binding, pure skill and patience. She sold that blanket for $28. Let's do that math together because it matters. 40 hours, $28. That's 70 cents an hour. Not $70, 70 cents. Linda could have made more money returning shopping carts at the grocery store than she made quilting for 40 hours. And if that story stings a little, if some part of you just thought about your own pricing and felt a knot in your stomach, good. That means you're in the right place. Because today, I'm going to show you the exact formula sewists use to price their work, the research you need to do so you're never guessing again, and how to say your price out loud without flinching. Let's get into it. Here's the truth nobody tells you when you start selling what you sew. Pricing is the part that will make or break your business, and almost nobody teaches it. You learned how to match a bobbin thread, how to press a seam flat, how to handle bias tape without it twisting into a pretzel. But nobody sat you down and said, here's how you turn your skill into an actual income. So what happens? You guess. You look at your fabric receipt, maybe round up a little, and call it a price. Or worse, you look at what fast fashion charges at a big box store and think you have to compete with that. You don't. You were never supposed to. And there's something else going on too, something a lot more emotional than math. A lot of women feel guilty charging what their time is actually worth. Sewing feels like just a hobby, even when you're spending 15 hours a week on it. Family members expect a discount. A friend says, "Oh, I could just buy that at Target for $10. And instead of explaining the difference, you shrink your price to match. I want you to notice something. None of that is about your skill. It's about confidence. And confidence comes from having real numbers behind you, not just a feeling. Here's what underpricing actually costs you. It's not just lost income, it's burnout. It's staying up until midnight finishing an order that barely covers your fabric, resenting a craft you used to love. Women quit selling their handmade work every single day, not because they weren't talented enough, but because the math never worked, and nobody showed them how to fix it. So by the end of this video, you're going to have 3 things: a real pricing formula you can use on every single project, a simple research method so your numbers are based on facts instead of guesswork, and the confidence to say your price without apologizing for it. Let's start with the formula. First, a mindset shift, because this changes everything downstream. You are not selling fabric. If you were just selling fabric, people could buy that at the store for a few dollars a yard. What you're actually selling is your time, your skill, years of practice, and a finished piece nobody else on earth can exactly replicate. That's not a hobby price. That's a skilled trade price. Think about it this way. Nobody asks an electrician to work for the cost of the wire. Nobody asks a hairdresser to charge just for the cost of the dye. You wouldn't expect your dentist to charge you only for the filling material. Every one of those professionals charges for materials and their time, and their expertise. You get to do the exact same thing. Let's build that formula now, piece by piece. The pricing formula. There are 4 parts to a real price, and if you skip even one, you're leaving money on the table. Part 1. Materials. This one feels obvious, but most sewists undercount it. Add up your fabric, thread, interfacing, stabilizer, zippers, buttons, elastic, Even the little things like your tags, your packaging, tissue paper, and the sticker on the box. If you paid for a pattern to make this specific item, divide that cost across how many times you'll reuse it. Every single supply that touched this project goes in this number. Part 2. Labor. This is the one almost everyone gets wrong because most of us don't actually know how long a project takes. So here's your homework. For your next 3 to 5 projects, time yourself. Use your phone timer. Track cutting, sewing, pressing, finishing threads, quality checking, and don't forget the invisible time, taking photos, writing the listing, and packaging the order for shipping. That's real time your business is spending. Once you know your time, multiply it by your hourly rate. And here's where confidence comes in. Pick a real number, not an apologetic one. Your state's minimum wage is your absolute floor. Never go below that. But you're not doing unskilled work. You're doing skilled handwork. So most sewists selling online start their labor rate somewhere between $15 and $25 an hour, depending on their region and their skill level, and they raise it as they get faster and more in demand. Part 3. Overhead. This is the cost of running your business that isn't tied to one single item. Your machine maintenance, electricity, a portion of your workspace, your Etsy or website fees, payment processing fees, shipping supplies. An easy way to calculate this: add up what you spend on your business in a typical month, divide it by how many items you sold that month, and that's your overhead per item. Part 4. Profit. This is separate from paying yourself for your labor. Profit is what lets your business actually grow. New equipment, better fabric, marketing, savings for a slow month. Without it, you're not running a business. You're running a very expensive hobby that happens to pay for its own supplies. Here's the simple formula sewists in this industry actually use. Add your materials, your labor, and your overhead together. That's your cost. If you're selling wholesale to a boutique or a shop, double that number. If you're selling directly to your customer, online or at a craft fair, you can double it again from wholesale, so you're at roughly 4 times your base cost, though many home sewists start closer to 2.5 to 3 times cost, and build up from there as they get comfortable. Write that formula down. Materials plus labor plus overhead equals your cost. Cost times 2 is wholesale. Wholesale times 2 is retail. That's not a random number pulled from the air. That's an industry standard. And now it's yours too. The research that builds confidence. Now, the formula gives you a number, but the research is what gives you the confidence to actually charge it, because a number on its own can feel scary until you know it's grounded in reality. So here's exactly where to look. First, search Etsy or your marketplace of choice. But don't just look at active listings. A lot of those are overpriced and sitting there unsold for months. Instead, filter for sold items in your category. That tells you what people are actually, truly paying, not what a seller hopes they'll pay. Look at 10 to 15 sold listings similar to what you make and get a real sense of the range. Second, join a few sewing or maker Facebook groups or a local guild, and ask other makers what they charge for similar work. This community talks about pricing more openly than you'd think, and most experienced sewists are happy to help a newer seller avoid the mistakes they made early on. Third, go look in person. Visit a local craft fair, a boutique, or a farmer's market with handmade goods. See what a comparable item costs sitting on a shelf, with a name tag and packaging, not just online. In-person pricing tends to be more honest because sellers there are covering both fees and overhead in real time. Fourth, track your own numbers across at least 5 projects before you lock in a final price. One project isn't a pattern, it's a guess. 5 projects gives you an average you can actually trust. And here's something important. Revisit your pricing every few months. As you get faster, as your skill improves, as demand for your work grows, Your price should grow with it. The seller charging the same price they charged 2 years ago on a piece that now takes them half the time to make twice as well is leaving money on the table every single day. Do this research once, seriously, and you'll never have to guess a price again. You'll know it. And when you know it, you'll say it differently. Saying your price with confidence. Which brings me to the part most pricing videos skip completely. What do you actually say when someone tells you your price is too high? Here's the truth. You don't owe anyone a defense. You don't need a 3-paragraph explanation of your process to justify your price. One simple, calm sentence is enough. This is handmade, one of a kind, and built to last. The price reflects the time and quality that goes into it. Say it and then stop talking. Confidence isn't in the length of your explanation, it's in not flinching. Practice saying your price out loud, alone, before you ever say it to a customer. It sounds silly, but sewists who do this say it changes everything. The first few times, your own price will feel too big in your mouth. By the 10th time, it feels normal. By the 20th, it feels obvious. And here's a mindset shift that helps a lot of women I talk to. The person who says, "That's too expensive, I can get that cheaper at the store," was never your customer to begin with. That's not a rejection of you. It just means they're shopping for something different than what you make. Your actual customer isn't comparing you to a factory in another country. They're paying for something a factory can't give them. A story, a real person, a piece made specifically with care. The more you show that story, a little behind the scenes of your process, why you chose that fabric, how long it took, the easier your price becomes to justify. Because you're not just selling an item anymore, you're selling a connection to how it was made. You are allowed to charge what your work is worth. Full stop. 5 mistakes to avoid. Before we wrap up, a few fast mistakes to watch for, because I see these constantly. Mistake 1. Pricing off materials alone and forgetting your time completely. Mistake 2. Not tracking the time you spend fixing mistakes, unpicking seams, or redoing a piece that didn't turn out right the first time. That's real time, and it counts. Mistake 3. Copying another seller's price instead of doing your own math. You don't know their overhead, their region, or whether they're pricing correctly either. Plenty of sellers online are underpricing too, and copying them just spreads the problem. Mistake 4. Giving unlimited family and friend discounts that quietly erode what your work is worth. It's completely fine to offer a discount occasionally. Just decide on a clear policy ahead of time, instead of caving in the moment. Mistake 5. Never raising your price, even as you get faster and better. Your price should grow the same way your skill does. Let's bring this all together. Materials plus labor plus overhead. That's your true cost. Multiply that by 2 for wholesale, and by 2 again for retail, landing you somewhere in the range of 2.5 to 4 times your base cost, depending on where and how you sell. Do the research. Sold listings, maker groups, in-person comparisons, and your own tracked time across several projects. So your number is based on facts, not fear. And practice saying that number out loud until it feels like just a fact about your business, not a confession. That's it. That's the whole system. No more guessing, no more shrinking your price to make someone else comfortable. No more 40 hours for $28. Now, I want to hear from you. In the comments, tell me one thing you sew and sell or want to sell, and I'll tell you honestly if I think you're underpricing it. I read every single comment, so don't be shy. If you're serious about turning your sewing into real income, not just covering fabric costs, but an actual business, hit subscribe, because this channel is exactly for women like you, incredibly skilled and ready to finally get paid what your work is worth. I post new videos on pricing, finding customers, and building a real sewing business every single week. And if you're still not sure where to start, I've got a video right here walking through the 10 ideas that actually sell. Click that next, and I'll see you inside.